the harpoon?
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. To my right, Shaney.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Sal, coming to you live on a Monday evening, uncut and uncensored on WSRR Radio, 216-859-8699. That number to text in. Once again, that's 216-859-8699. We're sponsored by Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago. If you're looking to put out a song, release a track, or an album, hit up Synergy Music Studio for recording, mixing, mastering, producing, session work, and more. Or if you have a track already cut, you just need cleaned up, hit them up for their reamping service. They'll get it tuned to your liking, even if you're not in the Chicago area. Go to synergymusicstudio.com today. If you're looking for ramen, stay out of Japan.
That seems like bad advice. Off the rip, that seems like bad advice.
Japan's ramen, nowhere near as good as Top Ramen. I think most noodle heads will agree with me.
That sounds like an insult. You fucking noodlehead.
See, that's racist. Now you're being racist.
That's
To noodle-headed folk, you're being racist.
Noodle-headed foe? Like the noodle. Foe is noodle.
I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler, my noodle-headed folk.
Dolph Ziggler is a noodle-headed foe.
He really is. Don't go to Japan for noodles.
Okay.
Okay, next segment. There's a shop, a noodle shop, a ramen shop in Japan. Where at in Japan, Jules? You made it such a big point before we got on air to tell me where in Japan this was that I couldn't just say Japan, and you won't tell me.
I know where. Wait, I know.
Go ahead.
Pick me.
Shane.
Kyoto.
I knew you were going to do that.
Do what? Say it pronouncedly?
Say it pronouncedly?
Pronounce it correctly? Say it pronunciationally?
So in Kyoto, Japan, or if you're Shane,
Kyoto,
Japan, there's a ramen shop where if you leave a bad review, you get a hit put out on you.
Yeah.
That's what the title reads. I don't know if hit is the correct term.
I mean, they put a
They're
cash
killing
bounty.
There is a bounty. So if you leave a bad review, they post your picture along with, I'm assuming, whatever information they have of you.
Yeah.
And offer a cash reward to whoever can provide who this person is that left the bad review.
Track them down, bring them back to the shop so they
Yes.
can write a better review.
Yes.
That's so funny. And that's the other thing.
Is it?
He posts it, but it doesn't specifically say where.
He posts one to Instagram, at least.
Okay, so he's posting this online.
Yeah. I like to imagine there's also, like, the shoplifter board in Walmart. Like, you
Yeah.
walk in
Yeah.
and he's got mug shots of
Yeah.
bad reviewers
That's kind of what I was envisioning.
with bounties
too.
under them.
Like, find this man.
Real Red Dead style fucking ramen shop.
And, like,
Yeah.
why offer money, too? Why not offer, like, free ramen?
Yeah.
This just seems like a weird, like...
Well, it's also not a small amount of money, at least for, like, information.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
600 something bucks if
that's
you can
not-
identify them.
That's a decent,
I'm spending my afternoon.
looking.
Yeah, I'm going to go to
searching.
the ramen shop with my laptop and just look for these people.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You think, like, regular customers are like, oh, we got to find these fucking dudes.
You think, would you turn your friend in if they were on a ramen shop wanted list?
Maybe.
For a
I
bad
might.
review? No.
I might. For
Why
a bad...
not?
Listen, if it's a bad review,
Yeah.
if I'm a regular,
Yeah.
and I know that my
You're
buddy...
not.
Okay, I'm not a regular.
Yeah.
I left a bad review,
Yeah.
or my buddy left a bad review.
Right.
I go back to the shop. I see, like, his picture with, like, find this man, $500.
Yeah.
You're going in.
I'm going to talk to the owner and be like, what are you doing when you find these people?
I'm going to negotiate the price up.
I'm
I'm going to be like, listen, I know this man's first and last name.
I have
I have his email. I got his phone number. I got any social media you need.
Hell
I can
yeah.
call his mom if you want.
Hell yeah.
But I'm going to need more than $500.
Give me $700.
$750 or I
Yeah,
walk.
Yeah. I like that.
You
I
go
think
and
they do it.
kidnap your friend.
They probably would.
Yeah, because
tournament.
then you go to your friend and be like, hey, let's go grab some food, and not tell him where you're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, I hate this sushi place or
Wow.
ramen place. You're like, no, just try it.
That lives on your conscience forever.
It wouldn't to me.
Hell
Wouldn't
yeah.
to me. I got $750.
True. Actually, you're right. I'm
That
buying a
is
jet
like the
ski.
price of a conscience.
That's the price of a new conscience. Yeah, I
$750
forgot.
to just buy a new one.
And all your
Dude.
friend had to do was write a positive review.
I'm basically a millionaire at that point.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. What like say
Do you know
get-
how much $750 means to me?
that's at least a jet ski.
It's at least a good day.
That's at least one good day.
Yeah.
The way that I live.
Yeah, dude.
If
I could
don't
have fun.
if I don't have $750, I'm fucked.
I promise you I will not be enjoying the next day. However,
Just based on this article, the ramen doesn't look that good.
I think it looks good.
I'm giving it a bad review. That's
Just
a bad,
based on the look?
Yeah.
I don't even think
I'm-
that's ramen.
Do you think I could give the restaurant a bad review and he would put a hit out? He would find
Oh,
a picture
do you think
of
we
my
could leave one like now?
I think it said at the bottom of this article that he made an apology. But
The restaurant itself also apologized for its brazen owner's volatile
It doesn't say they took
tirade
it down.
on an Instagram post that has also been deleted. A restaurant which has achieved champion status on Japan's largest ramen site, Ramen Database, just 1 month after opening, deeply regrets the recent incident we have caused. This incident has resulted in a shameful outcome for us. We are committed to transforming ourselves and becoming a ramen restaurant that is truly supported by customers from around the world.
I have Ramen Database open. Do we know the name of this place?
No.
I actually saw it at the top of this article. Give me 1 second.
Okay, because I want to leave a review.
Toyojiro.
Toyojiro.
Yeah.
I think I actually saw that on the homepage of this place.
Toyojiro.
It said it was the second most
It's
best
a highly
rated.
it's a highly rated. The owner of Toyojiro, a highly rated Jiro style ramen restaurant in Kyoto, took to Instagram to declare war, threatening the duo who slapped his eatery with an awful 1-star review. He also posted their photo along with a cash reward to whomever could identify them, according to the news the news outlet.
I don't see them on here. I wonder if they got taken off of it.
Damn.
They went through this okay, hang on. I found their website. It's just all in Japanese.
Yeah.
Do you mind doing this?
You know, I don't know that one.
I thought you spoke Japanese.
No.
Or do you speak it but not read it?
I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
I knew
hearer.
you like something with Japanese
yeah,
in you.
I can hear
Because you watch all
Japanese.
those videos.
I can hear Japanese, but I can't see it. It's blind to me. It's a blind spot in my.
Do you mean like read?
No,
Or like,
you heard me.
Okay.
It's like I can't see it.
It's like a John Cena situation for Japanese language.
That's more like a Taiwan thing.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't exist. You're right. I forgot. John Cena told me that Taiwan is not a country. In fact, you're
Hell
right.
yeah. Hope he wins the Elimination Chamber.
I hope CM Punk cuts a promo on him where he brings up Taiwan not being a country.
He probably will.
Yeah,
I just
are these bounties still active though? And did
No.
anybody cash in on them?
no. I'm assuming they cleared their conscience with that last statement.
I think I would definitely fucking do it.
Yeah. Well,
Do
I
I
wonder-
get the reward if I bring myself in?
No.
Oh, interesting.
What if I leave an anonymous tip in a Venmo?
Yeah, it's like, have you seen this person? And you walk in, you're like, that's me, but I'm gonna leave unless you give me the.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not leaving a good review because somebody made money off giving my information to you. If anything, I'm leaving a worse review.
Well, that's what
right?
That's what I was gonna ask. Is like, say you are the person who left the bad review, and they catch you, and they
Yeah.
bring you back to the store. What the hell are they gonna do at that point? Are they gonna beat you? Are they gonna beat the good review out of you?
I mean, it really seems like they're gonna do something.
Right. That's probably why they took it down.
So you said they're one of the best ramen places
Yeah, it
in
said
Japan.
they were the second most highly rated.
So they've probably taken a good income.
Yeah.
So they're using their expendable income to, number one, offer cash rewards to people who identify bad reviewers.
Hell yeah.
And then, assumingly, number 2, provide a free meal to the bad reviewers once they're there.
Yeah, I'm assuming because IRL, I'm assuming the situation is you leave the bad review, they like post your name and it's like a bounty, and
Yeah.
then your buddy brings you in, and then they give you another bowl for free to be like, here's a
Does it taste better?
right, like here's a better
What if it
one.
still doesn't?
What if it was like a service review?
Echo says Bing Chilling. I agree. 216-859-8699, by the way, Bing
Yeah.
Chilling. No, I'm assuming that's what it is, right? They give you a free bowl of ramen and
Yeah.
say, hey, it's free if you write a better review.
I'm assuming they give it to you for free anyway in hopes that you leave a better review.
I would
like-
assume there's a little bit of pressure put on you. Okay, let me ask you this. Would you feel pressured to leave a better review if they brought you back and gave you a free meal?
Well, yeah, I think I would, and I think that's like.
But
I
it
think,
doesn't matter about the food at that point. I'm getting a free meal.
Yeah, they don't care about that. I don't think the restaurant necessarily cares about like losing money. I think they genuinely more care about that one Google review is hurting our service. So we want to change that one Google review bad to good, whether that means we give this person 1 free bowl of ramen or 10 free bowls of ramen.
Have you ever had bad enough service where you left a bad review?
No. I've never
Have you left a good review?
I've never left a review on anything unless it was like, leave me a review and I can get a promotion or something like that. Or leave this
Oh.
place a review and you'll get something.
So you're disingenuine.
Yeah,
You're only doing it for profit.
straight up.
Mm.
It's online.
You need to talk to these people then. I review for the love of the sport.
I review for
I need
my
them
heart.
to know.
I
I'm a
review-
part-time Yelp reviewer.
Yeah,
Yeah, small businesses fear me walking in.
you're part-time Yelp reviewer, full-time Reddit moderator.
Oh yeah,
That's your
got my
your two.
neck beard growing in.
Yeah, the 2 things you're bouncing.
I own a Discord mod too.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, moderating a Discord.
Hell yeah,
too.
dude! My plate's full.
Yeah, yeah.
My
no.
plate is full. If I'm not at the local ramen spot leaving a bad review, I am kicking people out of the Discord for not
Yeah.
being white knights. Like, I have no time to talk.
That's funny.
I only do like the fast food receipt reviews.
Oh yeah,
For free
yeah.
burgers.
For free
Yeah.
food.
So
Yeah.
you guys are playing the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, I leave a bad review.
You
I
can leave
have.
a bad review and still get a burger.
Oh, no. Not for... No, I get nothing in return. I am here to tank people's days.
I have like complained on DoorDash.
That's
Oh,
different.
yeah,
That's what
big
that's for.
time.
DoorDash is for complaining.
You just go on there to complain. Pretty much. You're just having a bad day. Hop on
That's
DoorDash.
the mean app. People think Reddit's like the cesspool app. That's DoorDash, baby.
How silly of me.
How many
could I
Indian call
forget?
center reps have heard my voice and quaked in their boots? I'm a god of the dash. Upper echelon in the chat.
I might have told this story on air before. I worked for someone. I won't say where or whatever, but I worked for someone somewhere who
Yeah.
So they DoorDashed coffee in the morning, and the DoorDasher left it outside of the door of the establishment that we
Yeah.
were working at, and they didn't like knock on the door or whatever. And so the person that ordered this DoorDash unlocked the door, opened it because this was like before the establishment had opened.
Sure.
Throws the coffee on the ground, takes a picture of it, and sends that to DoorDash, and is like, "Yo, my Dasher just threw the coffee on the ground outside. What the fuck?" And they
No,
sent another
listen.
one to
Listen,
them.
I have complained about very minor things on DoorDash before,
Mhm.
but I haven't done that. I haven't
No.
ruined my own order to complain.
And on God, that one was not me. That wasn't like, oh, a friend
My
of
buddy, yeah.
Yeah, that was someone that I knew, and I saw them do that, and I was like, "What the fuck?
What do you
Like,
gain from that?
Yeah, I
You
was like,
lost your coffee.
Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck?" Because now they had to wait for another coffee to come just to get it. I was like, "That's so dumb."
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's a weird move.
you're jumping through extra hoops just to.
That is somebody who complains for the sport of it.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
what that is.
That's a Yelp reviewer right there.
Oh, 216-859-8699, I guess, if you want to complain, because we're short on time.
Dad didn't leave for cigarettes. He's out in the car, listening to the Rebel Radio Show.
Shane, that's a nice jacket you got on there. Quarter zip, 3/4 zip, what do they call it?
Quarter zip.
Is it a quarter zip or is it a 3/4 zip?
It's a quarter zip.
Because you're zipping a quarter of it, or is it because 3/4 of it is not zippable?
I call it a quarter zip. Like if I were to type it in,
Yeah.
I would do 1-4 zip jacket.
What? There's another name for them, right? Other than like quarter zip
Probably
sweater jacket.
Probably there's probably an actual fashion name for
Did you buy that from Supreme?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How much did you spend on that?
It was probably just based on what I know of Supreme retail.
Yeah.
It was probably like 120 something.
For a jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, you got to go to GenericClothes.com.
I know.
GenericClothes.com tells the big brand clothing companies to suck it and has a laugh at their expense. You can get shirts that say things like shirt, sports team, target audience, local radio station, and they're all affordable clothing. GenericClothes.com doesn't care about the details. Get to the point. They're proud supporters of the independent music scene and WSRR Radio. Once again, that's GenericClothes.com. Now, if you want clothes, I suggest GenericClothes.com. If you're in the joint,
Oh, whoa.
you probably... Well, if they have internet access, they could probably... I don't know if you can order things to jail.
Probably not.
I don't think that you can.
Unless
There's-
it's meth.
We've had stories where they've DoorDashed to
That's
jail.
right. They DoorDash like Quaker steak to jail or some
yeah.
shit. How does that happen? Why is that a thing?
Well, I think that the prison system is probably pretty flawed, and you could probably get things in if you wanted to.
I got away.
Yeah. We Shawshanked it.
Well, these two guys did, I guess.
We had gay sex in
Well,
prison.
that does nothing to do with prison.
Excuse me.
That was just a recreation that we
yeah.
did
we
while
went
watching Shawshank.
We went to prison, watched Shawshank.
right.
had
On a
gay
tour.
sex,
We asked
yeah.
for a tour.
Yeah.
And then
They were like, stop having gay sex. And we were like, no.
it wasn't illegal. What were
Yeah.
they going to do? Arrest
Yeah.
us? We'd just have more gay sex
Yeah.
in prison.
That's where we...
Like in
that's-
Shawshank.
That's where we...
That's
yeah.
what that movie's about anyway. Shawshank is gay, is what you're saying.
Do you like cannons?
I like... I do like cannons.
I would have taken the audio clip, but...
I know you would have. I watched your eyes light up as soon as I started doing it. 2 Colorado men have been accused of using a cannon to launch meth and tobacco into a Louisiana prison. Also interesting that I just noticed, they went from Colorado to Louisiana with a cannon?
Colorado meant... So, wait. Maybe I need to update my map.
Oh, no, they're far.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
close
no,
to
yeah.
each other. They're
No,
not
that is the
connected,
other side of the
right?
continental United States.
Well,
Colorado
maybe,
men accused of attempting to use a cannon to launch meth into a Louisiana. So
maybe their buddy was like shipped over to the Louisiana prison.
and so they went to Louisiana with a cannon.
They made it that far with a cannon. I mean, I guess that's open carry, right?
They probably had it covered.
Okay.
Is that crossing state lines with the firearm?
On Friday, the Grant Parish Sheriff's Office in Louisiana said 2 Colorado men were arrested after attempting to use a cannon to sneak meth and tobacco into a federal prison.
I don't know if sneak is the term I would use.
Yeah, if you're getting a cannon, I don't know if you're sneaking.
On your best scenario, you are using a cannon outside of a prison.
The sheriff's office said an investigation led deputies to learn the suspects from Greeley planned to use the cannon propelled by compressed air to launch $112,000 worth of tobacco and $89,500 worth of meth into the prison. Deputies said the cannon, which could shoot 350 feet into the air, would launch the items over the federal prison's security fence and onto the prison's grounds. The 2 suspects, 18-year-old Jose Francisco and Herrera Munez, Jose Francisco Herrera Munez and 19-year-old Angel Gonzalez Gutierrez, both from Greeley, are facing charges that attempted to introduce contraband into the penal institution and attempting to distribute methamphetamine. the sheriff's office also said that the U.S. Immigration and Customs Forces also assisted in the investigation and detained Munez, who was reported in the U.S. illegally.
Bro.
Damn. What the hell? Like,
What-
you really?
You had so many stages to realize this wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
At no ground surface is any of this a good. I would be staying as far away from a prison as I can. Number one, if I am an illegal alien,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that's like ground floor rule number
Stay
one.
away.
Stay off the radar.
You're
Not only that, but no, I am not carrying felony quantity methamphetamine if I am also an illegal alien. I wouldn't do that normally, but that's just stacking charges at that
Yeah.
point. Now let's take a cannon to a prison.
Yeah, I don't understand that canon, man. That you really got to be fucked up in the head. Like
That's gotta
after
be-
all that.
I'm no officer of the law, but that's got to be an additional charge, firing a cannon towards a prison.
From Greeley, Colorado to Grant Parish, Louisiana, it's a 17-hour and 26-minute drive.
What the fuck?
And I'd be willing to bet there's transporting charges coming too.
Well, and that's weird that they're both labeled as Colorado men, but then Angel Munez,
second one, yeah.
the first one,
Oh, sorry.
Jose Munez, is reportedly in the U.S. illegally. So he's not from Colorado.
No,
he's
yeah,
not a
he's from
Colorado
Mexico.
man. He's a Mexican. He's a Mexico man. One Colorado man and one
And a
Mexico
Mexican,
man.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
What was the end goal? Like, there's no way they thought they
Supply
would get away with
drugs.
this.
Yeah, the it's just, to me, I cannot get past the canon. Obviously, like I said, I think that you can sneak shit into prison. You know, like I think it's probably not hard to like buddy a guard and be like, all right, I'll pay you whatever for you to buy me smokes or something like that.
Sure.
You know, but bringing already being an illegal citizen and then bringing a cannon to a prison gate, like a tall prison
Yeah.
barbed wire fence, like that's a scene out of a movie. You're
That's
fucked.
two
Like,
red flags right there.
That's a scene out of like some cartoon Disney Pixar movie. Like
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely. So not only are you bringing a cannon to a prison, I'm assuming transporting felony quantities of meth across state lines.
Oh, yeah.
And 17 hours is like,
Possibly transferring a firearm across state lines.
why? Well, we don't know about that, but why? Like, why Louisiana? I
They
want
had
to
to have known someone inside, right?
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm assuming. But like, just such a weird pull for. And how did this? Because the one guy just seems like. Well, I guess I don't know. But
Do you think the guy on the inside knew? Like, maybe he was of the he knew that I'm
He had a
supposed to get a
shipment coming
shipment.
in.
Yeah.
probably.
When he's out in the yard and hears a cannon go off, boom, and then meth rains from the sky.
The heck is that?
I don't think that's what he would be expecting.
Yeah.
Probably not. He probably had no idea what the plan was. He just knew to be in the yard.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't meth. Even if it was just nothing. If it was
Just
powder.
tobacco?
If it was if it was just tobacco. You can't think you're gonna get away with firing a cannon anywhere near a prison.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear that.
and like I understand.
And you're not making a quick getaway with a cannon.
This is kind of like a non-valid point, I guess. But I understand that it was a large quantity of tobacco, but you could definitely get tobacco. Like you can
Yeah.
get cigarettes on the inside if you wanted to. You could get your own. You could get raw tobacco
Sure.
in prison if you made the right connections. I would
Tobacco
assume.
is not illegal.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my
Somebody
point.
on
Like,
the inside wanted to be the connection.
That's
right. I think this is like obviously this person getting this large quantity of tobacco and meth was probably going to be like the distributor to the
80
rest of the prison, but still.
$89,500 worth of meth.
And $112,000 worth of
That's a lot.
tobacco.
Yeah, well, and I wonder too, it's weird that it's only in dollar amounts and it's not like the
Pounds.
weight.
Pounds,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I wonder how much it was.
Yeah.
Because also then too, how many times did they shoot the cannon?
Yeah, let's talk
Like,
let's talk about logistics here.
How many times did they shoot the cannon?
Because to my knowledge, you can't just throw anything in a cannon and fire it.
Yeah. Logistics is like
You have to have, number one, a combustion element to it. So what is causing that to fire?
Well, I'm assuming
Gunpowder.
You have to have gunpowder.
I'm
in
assuming
it, right?
it's gunpowder, and like legitimately, they're just lighting, like almost a wick. Like they have
Yeah, right,
They
right.
have the gunpowder, and then they have a bunch of wicks, and they're lighting it multiple times. But the other thing that I'm thinking about is this is more than likely just
ball of meth.
yeah, like
Yeah.
a ball of meth,
Yeah.
saran wrap,
Yeah.
maybe tinfoil or something
That's
like that.
Exactly what my point was. I'm like, you have to make a cannonball out of meth.
That thing's going to fly apart in
Yes.
air. Like it's literally going to be raining shards of tobacco and meth
I
onto
would
the
be
prison
surprised.
yard.
I'd be surprised if it made it out of the cannon before it exploded.
Right. It probably looked like confetti.
Yeah.
Like it probably didn't even work.
Doesn't meth like explode, or is that just the chemicals that they use? to make
Well, I
meth?
think when you heat up,
I think you're thinking of the scene in Breaking Bad where he makes a different thing that looks like meth and
Maybe.
explodes it.
yeah, because if you heat up meth, it like turns into smoke.
Yeah.
Like it just liquidizes.
That's how people smoke meth.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how you
Well,
smoke
how
meth.
do meth labs blow up?
What platform do you think we're going to get taken off of
Yeah.
for talking about meth for so long?
I'm gonna just jump in. I cannot give insight on that. I do not know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
either.
I don't know how
That's why
meth
I'm
labs
asking.
blow up. Never.
Well, it's highly like combustible materials to make meth.
Cause like what I'm thinking is, couldn't the cannonball of meth theoretically boom?
No. Once it is like
Once it's cooked.
yeah,
it's
once
cooked.
it's meth, it's
Ah.
meth.
Gotcha.
And
It's
all
not
it's
gonna-
going to do is evaporate
The-
into methamphetamine smoke.
The only reason a meth lab would blow up is because the wrong chemicals were mixed together. The correct chemicals are already mixed together once it's meth, and it's
Yeah.
like already solidized. You know what I mean? Like it's
Gotcha.
already shards of meth, so it can't dematerialize. You know what I mean? Like it can't go back to its chemical state.
I will say
Okay.
my only grounds of understanding are Breaking Bad and East Cleveland. So
Hell
like
yeah! seasoned.
I'm not the meth pro. I'm not Walter White,
Oh, I'm a meth pro.
but I don't think they make cannonballs. 216-859-8699 if you want to cook.
Uba Tuba, son of a bitch.
Uba tuba piece of shit. You're a stinky rope.
Clip that.
Let's play a game.
Uh-oh.
Let's play a game called Good Investments, Bad Investments.
Okay.
Check the stock for me first, real quick.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
they're bad.
Oh, shit. Lost it all again, huh?
All bad investments.
Well, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some when you're betting on
Stocking
European hockey games.
Yeah.
Minor league.
Minor league European hockey is
It's my new well.
it's like the well.
It's the new well at
It's
this
very
point.
well-like in the way that it consumes a lot of our funds.
Well, here's the thing. So you showed me the app where you can bet on European D-League hockey.
yeah.
And you can bet from like 5 cents. Like 5 cents was the starting
Yeah.
bet. And you like pick players.
All the way up to like 5,000 cents.
Yeah.
They only do cents.
It's $5. You don't have to look at it as cents. You know that that's $5.
Well, it's like
Well,
penny.
5,000. I'm sorry, 500 would be $5.
Yeah, that's why I said 5,000.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
showed
stupid.
you this app. I showed you EuropeanHockeySportsBetters.org, the app.
You're right. You did. I'm sorry.
Do you want to talk about
I'm
sex?
sorry.
Do you want to talk about sex dolls?
And I want to talk about Hellbender Vinyl
Oh,
first,
okay,
because
okay,
that's a
okay.
good investment. If you're an independent artist or artist in general looking to make your next album something special, you can go to hellbendervinyl.com. They're one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants. They work with independent artists all over the nation to make sure your album is pressed exactly to your liking in a variety of colors and fashions. Hellbendervinyl.com is the place to get started. You get 5 free test presses with every order as well to make sure it is to your liking. They're hell-bent on quality, hell-bent on service. Hellbendervinyl.com. Now, for bad investments,
Okay.
Chinese sex dolls.
I see. I would put that in the good investments category.
I know someone who wouldn't.
Who?
Well, I don't know him personally.
Oh.
I know a few people who... Never mind. We'll talk about it later when we're making our D-League hockey bets.
Yeah.
There was a student
Mm-hmm.
in a Chinese college, a Chinese dormitory.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a college. I'm not sure how the school system works, but based on the context of what this is...
I don't know how. I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, but it's Hefei.
Oh, you don't want to do an accent for this one?
I don't know how to.
You did Japanese.
Hefei.
Okay, never mind. Don't do an accent.
Hefei University of Technology.
It's in China.
Yeah, that was my... Yeah, okay. I'm not good at accents. You caught me. Okay. Jeez, man. Freaking roll me over the coals here.
All right, a student in a Chinese university got caught.
Hefei University.
Caught with his roommate caught him having sex with a sex doll. Right?
Yeah. So, according to the South China Morning Post, the student was
My
quote,
favorite article source, by the way.
Yeah.
The South China
Morning Post.
Morning Post.
Yeah.
I know. Trust me, I know. The South China Morning Post is my go-to. It's my bookmarks. It's on my home screen.
The student was using it puts it in quotes. It puts using in quotes.
Up to your interpretation how he was using it.
Having sex with the sex doll.
You don't
I
know
would
that.
have to assume.
You don't know that.
The life-size sex
I have
toy.
a lot of ways to use it.
When his roommate showed up to avoid him. See, okay, that's kind of ambiguous. When his roommate showed up, does that mean his roommate was... He saw his roommate out the window walking up into the dorm, and he was like, "Oh fuck!" Or did the roommate walk in?
I would assume the roommate walked in on him using the sex doll.
Here's the thing: the next sentence, to avoid embarrassment, he set fire to the blow-up doll in the hallway, but the flames grew out of control and set off the campus fire alarm. The security guard
It's
called.
the only rational thing to do in that situation. I've been there many times. When you're having sex with your doll in a Chinese university
Yeah.
and your roommate's approaching, what else can you do?
Yeah.
You take it in the hallway. You bring a matchbook.
You set it on fire. You
That's
set it
all,
on
you,
fire in
all
the
you can
hallway.
do.
See, there's
Nature's
so many...
healing.
I feel like we're... No, it's not. I think nature's hurting.
No, this dorm is hurting. I don't know if it's nature.
I just don't. There's so many problems that I have along the way. There's not enough context. Did the roommate walk in, or did the user of the sex doll just hear his roommate like knocking at the door or something like that? You know, was he caught fully in the nude mid thrust?
I would assume, at least in my mind, he is.
That's so. Because
When I'm imagining this, when I'm thinking about this Chinese college student
as you do, I know.
using the sex doll,
as you do,
he's mid thrust. His roommate opens the door. He's got a bang energy in his hand.
Why?
Because he's banging the sex doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh!"
But then at that
and then
point,
he takes the doll out in the hallway and burns it.
at that point, though, why try to be like, oh, I wasn't using this. Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah, interesting execution,
You're
right?
committing to the wrong bit. At that point, I'm finishing.
Yeah.
At
I'm
that
looking
point-
him in the eye.
Yeah, at
and
that
I'm
point,
finishing.
you want to walk in on me with my...
I was in the middle of something.
Yeah, I'm clearly doing something here. You want to...
You didn't see the sock on the door.
Get out. Leave. Like...
That makes me wonder if the roommate walked in and stayed and let it play out, or if the roommate then left the dorm.
Why wouldn't you, if you walked in on this?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just like, oh, sorry, and close the door?
See, like, if it's...
I don't know
back
if I
away.
would. I don't know if I would.
Huh.
I think I'd take out my phone.
If it's a real girl, you're not going to take her out in the hallway and set her on fire.
You're not?
No.
Shit, I've been doing this all wrong. You know how many apartments I've burned down?
Like, I just don't... I mean, obviously you're not going to do that. Obviously that's me being...
Could have
like,
popped it. Could have popped it right
yeah,
there. Right,
there's
literally
just
right
so
there.
many other options
So-
than taking it out into the hallway where there's not windows.
The guy explained that his whole thought process was that he did this to hide it. He could have popped it. He didn't want anyone to know. He could have popped it. He could have thrown it away, deflated it, thrown it out a window. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they have windows in China. I can't verify, but I'm assuming they do. Maybe they don't. It is China. However, there is other ways to dispose of this.
Yeah, and also that's another... I don't
Now
know...
everyone knows.
I don't know
Well, also
who-
he took it out in the hallway, a populated area, I assume, and people saw him light his sex doll on fire.
As you do. My only assumption is that he didn't expect it to burn as well as it did, and he took it out in the hallway because he didn't want to like burn the carpet in his room.
Well, here's the other thing.
If he was
that-
going to burn it, why not take it outside?
This was...
He had to think quick. His roommate was there.
Yeah. Someone left a comment. I don't know on what, but if this is the article is citing a commenter. I do not understand how his brain works. Not only is burning plastic produce a pungent odor, it's also difficult to dispose of. True, it's hard to burn plastic. Like it doesn't burn easily.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? I know
At
it's
least it doesn't
obvious.
like start burning.
It
Yeah,
kind of
right.
like melts. A
It
little.
melts,
Yeah.
but like it doesn't. It doesn't like catch easily. It's just a weird way to go about disposing of this thing.
So obviously the reason this made news was because he did this to be, for in his mind, inconspicuous about it, to be discreet about this in his mind. But
Yeah.
obviously the whole school knew because their
Right.
fucking dorm caught on fire.
Right.
To which obviously the school then had to address this, and also everybody at that school apparently put it on this Chinese social media, and we're talking about it now. Where do
Yeah.
you go from here, other than to prison? Where do you go from here? Because now
Dude.
you're looking at an arson charge, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would worry that like this dude's not gonna be here much longer.
Where did we just Japan, right? Did we
Yeah.
talk about the laws? So this is China. So maybe you don't get executed for arson
No,
here.
it was China, wasn't it?
No, it was Japan.
Okay.
Because I think the title of that
Well,
episode is Japanese executions.
It only matters if a death is involved, right?
No, if somebody is there to an inhabited
Oh,
area.
Yeah.
So if this was Japan, he'd be put on death row.
Theoretically.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the laws in China. I don't know if they have laws in China.
See, like this
You
is
have
to
to
me.
ask John Cena about that.
He's gonna
Big
die.
chilling.
He's gonna die of embarrassment.
I wonder if he
Yeah.
used like lube and it was
Like
flammable.
extra flammable. Uh-oh.
I always buy extra flammable lube.
Yeah, me too. Big fires. Yeah, I just wonder.
He's not going to the school anymore, right?
No,
You
he's not going
know.
to school anymore. But like seriously, he's probably gonna like commit suicide or something like that. Like this is the exact like Jules brought up. This is the exact opposite of what he wanted to happen.
Yeah.
Now everybody, and especially like, I mean, we're in the United States.
Yeah.
I bet everybody in that local area knows his name, knows
Oh,
what
yeah.
school it is, knows where he's from. You know, like
Mm-hmm. Knows his parents.
right has heard of the family, or like
Yeah,
Oh,
he was trying to
man.
be less embarrassed.
Imagine the
lighted on
parents.
fire, burns
Right.
down a building, and
Right.
now
Right.
everybody knows.
like this dude's definitely embarrassed as hell and like not gonna show his face in public
Do
ever
you think-
again.
Do you think he's expelled from the school?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's grounds
100%.
for expulsion.
You caught the dorm on fire. You're
Yeah.
expelled. No
Yeah,
doubt.
No prom. No prom for him. No college prom for him.
no
Can't take his sex doll to the college prom.
no
And now he
technical
doesn't
college
even have a
prom.
sex doll. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
now he doesn't have a sex doll. Now,
Now
he
he's
has to
got
get
nowhere
him
to
a sex
relieve his
doll.
stress.
Maybe-
He's so stressed right now. He has
Maybe
no
this is
relief
the
for it.
the big turnaround where he just gets a girlfriend.
This is his rock bottom.
There's nothing that would make me want to date him more
yeah,
than
yeah,
burning down the dorm with your
Yeah.
sex doll.
yeah. If I read
To
it,
be fair.
if I'm a Chinese girl and I read this, I'm like, I'm gonna date him.
That's my man.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I need to seek him out.
Yeah,
We can go to the sex shop.
pretty kawaii.
Pick
if
out
you
a new
ask
girlfriend.
Me. Yeah,
How long do you think he had it?
Oh.
You think this is a
Probably a
new
long
development
time.
and that's why he was so...
yeah, and that's the other thing. I wonder like what year of college he was in. Like, I wonder if this is like a freshman.
Do you
and
think
so
his roommate knew before? Like, do you think there really
Yeah.
was no reason for this?
Yeah, you
I
probably
think that'd be
can't-
hard to hide.
You probably can't hide having sex with a sex doll.
Yeah.
It's probably a hard thing. That sounds like you're playing like
Yeah.
You're tying balloons in there a lot.
yeah, like what are you doing with those balloons in your room all the time
At
late
3
at night?
a.m., yeah.
It sounds very aggressive. You're playing with those balloons very aggressively late at night.
He has like an inner tube on his bed just to cover up.
Do you have squeaky toys in there? What's going
yeah,
on?
I think after the third or fourth time, I'd be like, I think you're fucking plastic.
Why do I always hear you blowing late
Yeah.
at night?
I think that you are having sex with a plastic doll.
What do you think that does for the boys in the microplastic?
Oh, I think we're already fucked. I think.
Oh, yeah, no,
microplastic
there's
is-
nothing we can do about that.
I think my skin is probably like 0.3% plastic.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Yeah.
So fuck plastic.
There's no turnaround. That's the thing. I think we've talked about this before. Maybe it was on off air.
Mhm.
There's nothing you can do. I know people who have like switched to full cotton clothes and
Yeah.
tried all this different. You're done, dude. You're cooked
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, we're all dead.
It's not leaving.
As soon as you reheat for the first time that you ate something that was reheated in a Tupperware thing,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
You're done.
You're
Yeah.
fucked
You're
off
done
the rip.
for.
Someone's did that for you at some point. They reheated something in Tupperware or in some kind of plastic container and then served it to you.
You ever
you
worn
ate it
yeah.
and you're fucked.
ever worn underwear that weren't just wool or cotton?
Right.
You're done. You're
Right.
cooked, dude.
Well,
They're
a
there.
lot of clothes nowadays too are just not like 100% cotton clothes. You can't go to Target or Walmart and find a T-shirt that's
Right.
unless it's like Hanes specifically labeled 100% cotton.
Well, and that's what I'm saying too. Is like underwear, especially. You don't buy cotton underwear. You
Yeah,
don't buy
right,
like
right.
wool underwear.
Right.
You got plastic in those sons of bitches.
Right.
What's
they ain't getting
is
out.
it polyester? That's
Yeah,
polyester,
it's
yeah.
polyester.
Yeah, any kind of
Yeah.
like blend, it has plastic in it essentially.
Yeah, anything that is stretchy like that,
Yeah.
anything that's like really elasticy, almost feels like Under Armour
Yeah.
kind of thing, that's polyester.
There's no point in trying to not to curve it. There's no point trying to curve it at this
Right.
point.
Which is also
It's there.
then crazy to think about. Like, you look at your closet and all of the things that are that material, and you're like, oh, anytime I sweat and I wear
Yeah.
this, that's just going to like,
Into your skin.
yeah, be on me. That's
Hmm.
interesting. Like, or it's a hot day and I'm wearing a polyester shirt or something like that. Whatever, you know.
Or I got a hot date and I'm wearing a polyester shirt.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah,
That's
plastic.
why I buy polyester shirts.
I'm fucking a plastic doll. I'm definitely getting a lot of microplastic. Yeah.
Do you think?
I think so. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
If it's
You're sweating.
repetitive,
You're sweating.
I don't know, cause like, what's a doll made out of?
Plastic.
Like it's like a, but like a. So you buy a, you know?
No.
Oh, I guess
think
I'm
of,
alone
like,
in that camp.
I think of like a beach ball material.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
what
that's a
I'm
better way to
thinking.
put. I was trying to verbalize. You buy like an alien at a carnival game. You get the
Yeah.
blow up alien.
No, it's
That's
like
where
a-
my mind
It's
went,
like a
and I didn't know how to
same
verbalize
thing,
that.
but like a beach ball material is what I think.
Yeah.
Like you think of a stereotypical white
Pool
multicolored
inflatable.
beach ball. Yeah.
So do you think you're getting microplastics from the pool inflatables? Because I don't. You go to
Ooh.
Kalahari and ride a water
Dude,
slide?
think about this. You're sitting on like a
Yeah.
say you're sitting on one of these material things on a
Yeah.
hot summer day in the pool, and you go to get off of it, and you have to like peel your skin off of it. It's like
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
good
mean?
point.
that's 100% seeping into your blood.
And that's 100% what a sex doll's like then, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you're on top of it,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Probably.
it's probably sticking to you quite a bit. And then
Yeah.
you're sticking to it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of openings.
It gets sticky.
Yeah. How do you wash it? Do you think this guy's
Deflate
been
it.
putting it in their dishwasher?
You deflate it,
tub.
probably.
You give it
No,
a bath.
I think this guy's been putting it in the dishwasher.
I don't think you can. I think you would melt and deform. Like it would warp in the
I would-
dishwasher.
It would definitely
I would
warp
bet
in the
you money they
dishwasher.
make dishwasher safe sex dolls.
That's disgusting.
First of all,
I would
feel
bet
like
you next week's D League European hockey money that they make dishwasher safe sex dolls.
you're probably actually now you're right. I don't want to bet the money. I need that money.
It's
for my-
5,000 cents.
Yeah, I need that money for my D League hockey.
Mm-hmm. I think he's been putting it in the dishwasher. He won't anymore, but I think. he's been
I
putting
don't
it in
think
the
you
dishwasher.
can anymore. I think
You
he's
could have
like-
hid it under the bed. You didn't even have to destroy it.
Yeah,
He
Again,
saw.
I
He
don't-
saw. He knows.
I don't think that the roommate walked in on him. I think that he just got notified that his roommate was like,
In the area?
yeah, like coming into the house, you know.
And he was coming into the doll.
And he was coming into the doll, and he was like, I have to get rid of this thing really quick.
Took it out in the hallway and was like,
Yeah,
bye.
right.
But again, why are you going towards where he is?
Or maybe it's a situation, it's like an old Scooby-Doo thing where, like, the roommate walked in but missed the sex doll, and so then the
Yeah.
roommate had to go out into the hallway because the roommate was already inside.
Of course.
And so it's like a little switch up.
At the start of this, you said the roommate showed up, is what it says.
Yeah, yeah. Which
I'd
is-
like to imagine he was in the other room. Like he didn't know the roommate was home.
Yeah.
And now he's here.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Mid.
Yeah, yeah.
Just get scared,
Heard all of
too.
it.
That sucks so bad.
The
Yeah,
roommate was reading a book in
And-
his bedroom.
And see, that's the thing. That's why I don't think that the roommate is there, because if the roommate is already there or like has already, I'm not gonna go into the hallway and burn it to be like, look, I'm getting rid of it. Like, haha, I don't use this. This is just a big joke. Like,
Much like loading,
what is the angle? You know, what is the angle?
much like loading meth into a cannon.
Yeah.
I don't see where this is a logical step.
Yeah. Yes.
It seems like if this was a situation I had found myself in, this would not be a solution I think of at any point in time.
Today's theme is a lot of illogical steps leading to a burned down
The
apartment.
first
complex.
illogical step was buying the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get pretty lonely out there in Chinese technical
Did you
college.
get that lonely?
Apparently.
Probably.
He didn't. He was quick to destroy it. So, like, that tells me this was not a big investment for him.
Yeah, it was probably, like, if I had to guess, one of these things probably runs you anywhere from like $20 to $30.
Sure.
If I had to guess.
I mean, people buy them as gags all the time, right?
Yeah, right. Like they
So-
can't be that expensive.
Probably got it on Amazon.
Probably could get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Probably. Whatever the Chinese equivalent of Amazon is, he got it from. AliExpress.
And that's another thing.
China?
I wonder. Like they say, blow up sex doll in the hall. They say blow up doll in the hallway, or blow up doll, and we all envision the like beach ball plastic material sex doll sort of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, it's 2025. Let's be real. Do you think that's really what it was, or do you think it was maybe a little bit more like looks real, feels real?
No,
You know what I
I
mean?
think it was one of the inflatable ones.
My question is...
Because doesn't it say inflatable anywhere?
I think it does somewhere.
It after burning his inflatable doll
Yeah.
girlfriend. But again, like I don't think It's one of those things where it's like the picture that is on
The
this
printed
article.
on face.
Yeah, like the very 1950s esque sex
that was
doll.
That was
looking
my
thing.
thought too. Going into this a little bit, was like, who's still buying these?
Right.
We have to have better technology,
Right. I don't think that it's like what you're picturing in your head, like the stereotypical.
When you
blow-up
typically
sex
picture a
doll.
sex doll.
Right. I don't think it's that. I think it's probably a little bit more.
Like customized, maybe it's like a hentai sex doll or
probably
something.
It
like-
probably fucking was, because it's China.
Well, and I don't think it's that
Is that
plastic
racist?
material. No, I don't think it's that plastic material. I think it's probably like a little
Polyester.
yeah, polyester or something like that. You know, it's probably not that beach ball plastic
I
material
think it
because it's
is.
too.
I'll have to buy you one.
I mean, I'm thinking that probably the one, like a gag one that you can buy someone is going to look like that and be that material.
He's a
But
college kid. He doesn't have that kind of money.
I don't know, man. If I'm having sex with this thing, I don't think that that's my choice. I don't think I'm picking
I don't
that
think if
one.
you're having sex with this, I don't think you had a lot of choices
well, I
to
think
start.
I think that's the point. I think you get the choice. I think you used to not get the choice, and now you do. I'm not picking that piece of shit. No offense to the plastic sex doll, but I'm not picking that thing. That thing probably hurts.
My only argument
That's
to
what I was thinking.
It's
It might
gotta
have
hurt.
sharp edges.
It's gotta
right.
hurt.
That's what I'm saying. I do not want to use that thing.
That's what the lube is for. The
No.
flammable lube.
Nope. Nope. No.
I'm just saying it couldn't have been that expensive if he was quick to burn it. Like if this was an investment for him, he would have hit it or deflated it or
Listen,
put it somewhere.
would've
embarrassment.
meant
He,
more to
he
him.
knew. He knew
Embarrassment
there was
will
no
make-
coming back.
Embarrassment will make you do crazy things.
Will make you sacrifice your sex doll.
It will. Embarrassment will make you sacrifice your sex doll.
I don't know. That seems like a reach. It seems like a reach, man. If this was an expensive one, I'm not popping it. I'm not burning it. I'm
not
hiding it.
popping it.
216-859-8699. How do you dispose of your sex doll? Hey, welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. To my right, Shani.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. Of course, we're live every Monday, 5 p.m. on WSRRradio.com or the Live 365 app. Wherever you are across the United States, we are nationally local, playing your local bands worldwide. 216-859-8699. Once again, that's 216-859-8699 to text in the Rebel hotline. If you are in Montreal, I need to know what the deal is with olive oil.
Mm.
I ask myself all the time.
Montrealans, rise up. Tell us about olive oil.
We're starting a new show soon
Yeah?
called the Olive Oil Podcast.
Ah.
I got 33 episodes recorded last night.
Mm.
I've got a lot to say on it.
A lot of olive oil talk. A lot of heavy oil talk.
A lot of olives to oil.
A lot of olives to oil.
What can I say?
You telling me an oil these olives? Telling me an olive made this oil?
You're telling me someone stole $1 million worth of olive oil out of a truck in Montreal?
Oh.
Apparently in Canada, it is this thing to steal olive oil. It's like a hot commodity to steal and resell.
It's like a fun pastime. Like
It must be.
they do it
They
for
call
funsies.
they call it liquid gold in this article.
Yeah. Oh,
Which-
they do?
Yeah, I've never number
That's
one heard
awesome.
anything but Velveeta called that, and number two, never have I thought olive oil was a hot commodity.
I feel like,
It's like $1.20.
well, yeah, like regular olive oil is, but I know that you can get like fancy olive oil, and it's like multiple hundreds of dollars
True.
Why would you pay that much money for olive oil?
because it's like
You're cooking in it.
high class.
You're literally using the essence of olive oil.
Because it makes your food taste better.
It's like if I sold you a can of LaCroix for $20.
Okay.
You wouldn't buy a can of LaCroix for $20.
You don't know me. Yes, I would.
I have a can of LaCroix for you.
I'll give you $50.
Deal.
Done.
How about 2 cans? They
Eight.
got big noses. They like Fruit Loops. You like 2 cans?
Oh, like the cereal.
Yes, olive oil. What you put in cereal.
I've seen
Why are people putting
shelves of olive oil pushed over at the store.
Oh, I've never seen
it's
that
expendable.
Good.
It's good shit.
I will look it up.
Why has there been a fad of putting olive oil in coffee? I've seen that.
Because it
at-
makes you poop.
Yeah, it makes you poop.
Yeah, but here's my problem with that. Coffee already makes you poop.
No.
Double poop.
Not
Hard
if you
poop.
build up an immune system to it.
My coffee immunity. In fact, I get constipated when I
Yeah,
drink
dude.
coffee.
I need something else in
I
there.
need that oil. I need that olive
enough.
oil.
Well, it's like people put sugar in coffee, right?
Yeah, but that's different. That's way different than olive oil.
No, it's not. Listen. No,
Yes,
hear me,
it
Hear me
is.
out,
No.
dude. Listen.
People have done coffee enemas.
You put sugar
All right.
in coffee to make it sweeter, right?
Yeah.
You put creamer in coffee to make it sweeter.
No.
What do you put it in there for? To make it lighter?
To make it richer.
No, rich
Yes.
coffee is darker coffee.
No,
Creamier?
no,
Creamier.
yeah. You make it You
Smoother.
put cream in it to make it. That's like that adds richness to me.
It's not richness.
Yes, it is.
That's spoken like a true poor person.
Hey, I'm old bunny. Old sport.
You put sugar in it to make it sweeter. You put creamer in it to make it more creamy. You put olive oil in it to make it more oily. Oily coffee is the way of the future, Shane.
It doesn't make the cup all gross. It just makes it nice when you clean the mug
Yeah, it
later.
slides right out.
Ugh.
You don't have to worry about the coffee sticking in the
That's
mug.
So
It just
just
slides
I
right
don't
out.
understand why that is a thing. It was, from what I understand, it was a popular thing in Italy, and then Starbucks was like, "Oh, we're gonna do it too."
Yeah.
And so you can get olive oil in your coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
You don't have to order it then.
I literally don't. It's gross. I don't want olive oil poopies.
Why? They're smooth.
No,
They come out so nice.
It's like castor oil.
It's
No.
like
Slides right out.
No.
No push.
it's like coating
No
your
push.
intestines.
you'll just be walking. It'll just
Coats
Clean-
your intestines
Yeah.
in some Pam.
clean as it slides right out your pants too.
Yeah.
No mess.
Yeah.
It's like Jello.
Exactly. No wipe. That's because oil. And oil's good for you. It's good for your skin. So you can let it sit
I don't
and
even
soak.
I don't even use olive oil.
What?
Yeah.
Use butter?
No.
What do you use?
Grapeseed oil.
The
Oh,
fuck is
okay.
that?
It's better for you.
Why?
It's better for your stomach if you have like gut. Better for your digestion.
Olive oil is great. We just talked about it making you poop.
No, well, olive oil can make people too poopy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never had that issue.
Yeah. Olive oil can be
I
like
don't think you can be too poopy.
too
Keep it
much
coming.
olive oil.
Just keep it coming.
Yeah, you just guzzle it by the
I
by
meant
the
the poop, not the olive oil.
guzzle the poop. You guzzle the olive oil poop. All right, who is? I'm done.
Clearly, someone likes it because they stole $1 million worth of it in a truck. There's a shipment of olive oil going to somewhere. Some people stole the truck and they're selling off $1 million worth of olive oil on the back market, apparently. Because it's a commodity in Montreal. You can't just go buy olive oil for some reason.
They
Th-
need
Like,
Walmart.
here's my so
I'm pretty sure they have a Walmart in Montreal.
Well, then they can get olive oil just fine.
It's liquid gold.
olive oil theft is nothing new with both big heists being reported, as well as low-level shoplifting at supermarkets for the quote liquid gold.
How bad do you have to be to steal a bottle of olive oil from the store?
The company Terra Delessa said in September that $2.5 million worth of organic and extra virgin olive oil was stolen in Houston, Texas, a few days after a truck loaded with product was stolen in Montreal. European news sources report that olive oil has become the most stolen product from supermarkets in Spain, and in many supermarkets are locking up the product now. Olive oil producers in the Mediterranean are dealing with multi-year drought, and the prices have risen. According to statistics, in March 2024, Canadians paid on average $16.32 for a liter of olive oil. That is up from $14.30 in January. 3 years ago, in 21, the shoppers were only paying $6.62 a liter. So this drought is very impactful.
It's
Apparently.
such a
The
nothing
olives are
issue.
dry.
The olives are dry, no oil from the olives.
It's such a nothing issue. Olive oil is such a nothing product. You could substitute it with so many things.
Yeah.
Butter,
I think-
lard. I can't believe it's not butter. Grapeseed oil.
Ham.
I think that there are olive oil purists. You know.
Well, fuck them.
Okay.
If you were in that dire straits where you're hurting over some olive oil,
Hurting
you
for a
need to-
squirting
you
of
need
the
to-
olive?
You need to take a cooking class.
I guess. I just feel like this is one of those things where someone schemy found a really niche bougie market and was like, I'm going to find a way to exploit it, and went on like a truck heist.
In
'Cause
Texas, they stole a pallet's worth in Texas from a truck, they said? Or a truck's worth?
I think it was multiple pallets worth.
What's the olive oil crisis in Texas? At least in Italy, I understand. Texas?
Well,
Butter.
Well, I'm assuming that Terra da Silla, the company that is reporting this,
Yeah.
makes a very high quality olive oil that is probably already expensive. And so then people are stealing it because it's good quality, and so then they can like flip it for even higher, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. You
Sure.
ever been to like a yard sale and
No.
like a village yard sale, and you got that one person that's selling like a shit ton of shampoo and stuff because they're extreme couponers or something,
Mhm.
and they just have bulk shampoo and soap and things like that.
Sure.
It's like, oh, I'll sell this for $1.
Right.
I always thought that was a very weird concept because, like, yeah, you might have done all that, and it might just be like you had a bunch of coupons and bought it all
Mhm.
and are reselling it. Still very weird to me to buy shampoo at a garage sale. I'll just go to the store and get shampoo. Who
Yeah.
is buying olive oil from someone? You go on Facebook and see like fucking bottles of olive oil that are name brand bottles of olive oil. What is the listing? I
Olive
bought
oil.
too much olive oil.
Olive oil. Yeah, olive oil.
No, just go buy olive oil.
No, I mean, yeah, yes and no.
If they're talking about Spain where there's some kind of prohibition and they got an olive oil shortage and the wells run dry and there's no olives around,
The olive
maybe.
well.
Yeah.
There's no olives around.
Maybe I'll get some bootleg olive oil.
They all went south all the olives went south for the winter. Sorry,
like,
guys.
Hang on, hang on. Scroll up. According to statistics in Canada, in March 2024, Canadians paid an average of $16.32 for a
Yeah.
liter of. A liter, $16 for a liter of olive oil.
It was, and then 3 years earlier, in March 21, it was $6.62 for the same liter.
I'm assuming that's in Canadian money.
Mm-hmm.
That's only like $1 difference or something, right? From American, like
I
USD.
think, yeah,
Like 98 cents or something like
something
that.
like that.
So like that's still fucking ridiculous. $16. You should never be paying more than $7 for a bottle of olive oil.
It
and
went up
that's
$10.
steep.
Well, dude, the wells ran dry.
Use butter. Use lard.
No, I'm telling you, there are
Use cum.
there are
I
olive
don't
oil
care.
purists. Use cum. There are olive oil purists. People who swear by this shit.
You know what I don't understand?
Mm.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Wh-
Most things aren't butter. You're telling me you can't believe that's not butter?
Well,
It's
they say that
unfathomable to you.
because it's really close to butter.
Have you ever had it? Can't
Yeah.
believe it's really not.
It is.
It's close to it in
I can't-
consistency. It
I
doesn't
can't
taste like
believe.
butter.
I can't believe that it's not butter.
Have you seen Off-Brand? I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe that it might maybe not be.
It really is
Margarine?
like that. It really is like that. It's like
Yeah.
wow, almost butter. It's one of my favorite products in the world. Is Off-Brand. I can't believe it's not butter.
Margarine adjacent.
Did you live in a butter using household growing up?
Yeah.
Well, from how highly you speak of olive oil, I wouldn't have expected it from you.
What do you- no,
Mr.
I don't even-
Grapeseed,
I don't-
old money.
Yeah, I don't
Sitting
use
here
olive oil.
damning fucking butter for the past 20 minutes.
I use butter though. I
Asking.
come from a butter house.
Come from a butter-loving family?
Yeah.
You ever use I can't believe it's not butter?
Yeah.
The spray? You ever try the spray one?
No.
The spray one's really cool.
No, the tub. We would have the tub of it.
With the red lid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We always had the country crock.
Country
bucket.
Crock is the
yeah.
best bucket.
We had country
That's
crock,
the Tupperware.
and then we
Mhm.
had a small thing of I can't believe, and you would pick. If we were low on the crock, you'd reach over for the I can't believe.
I'm just saying, like, if you just ate it straight and not gay, if you
Yeah.
suppress your feelings for a while and eat some butter,
Yeah.
you would find that I can't believe it's not butter. It does not taste like butter. It has the consistency and the look of butter. It has the texture of butter. It does not taste like butter.
I think it tastes enough like butter for
I
me
think-
to say I can't. If someone were to come up to me and I had no idea and say, "Would you believe me if I told you that's not butter?" I would say verbatim, "I cannot believe that this is not butter."
You're telling me if I brought you slabs of butter,
I could
like
not
little
tell
squares,
them apart.
after eating them,
Could not tell them apart.
and I told you that one of them was not butter, you would in fact say, I cannot believe that is not butter. This must be butter.
I would. Yeah, I think I would eat the. I
That's
can't.
another generic name, by the way. This must be butter.
This has to be butter.
Someone please verify that this is butter.
I'm in disbelief of the origin of this margarine.
No way, this ain't butter.
I think if I was taking a blind taste test
Yeah.
and someone spread, I can't believe it's not butter onto toast for
No,
me.
no toast. You
I don't want
can't
to
muddy
eat it straight up.
But that's how you know it tastes different than butter.
No,
you
I
can't
would
muddy
eat it on
the
toast.
results.
I would eat it
No.
on toast.
No.
I would, in my
You're adding
eyes,
variables.
in my eyes,
Same toast.
yeah, same toast,
I
and you're just
understand.
buttering. One half you're doing butter, one half you're doing. I can't believe it's not.
But when you get toast, you're not eating toast for the butter. So your thought is never the taste of the butter. It's the taste
Sometimes
of the
you're
toast.
eating toast for the butter,
You should not be doing
I would
that.
not be eating the toast if the butter was not there.
right? I think
But
I
you
am eating
don't-
toast for the butter.
You don't go and order butter. You order the toast with butter on it. You're
I'm not eating toast because I want toast. I'm eating toast because it tastes like
Toast
butter.
is
It tastes like solid. It tastes like butter that is socially acceptable to eat.
It is socially acceptable to eat butter.
No, disagree strongly. You've never been out in public.
You've
and
never been to
eaten-
France.
Okay,
They eat it right off the stick.
You're wrong. That's not true.
It is true.
They don't have.
Tim Allen said so.
They don't.
They love
Butter doesn't
olive
grow
oil
on
in
sticks.
Have you never seen it in the fridge?
I've never been to France.
Then don't go argue in a Frenchman's game if you've never been to France.
Listen, me and my grapes. don't-
You may be old money, but I'm French money.
Oh God,
Denarius, in fact.
I'm grapeseed
I don't know if
money.
that's what they use. I don't think they use denarius in France.
Denaries.
It's like a ancient Rome money.
They use loonies.
That's Canada.
Shut
Well,
up.
Montreal's French Canada. So they probably eat it off the stick.
Oh.
So why use olive oil? 216-859-8699. Let me know if you can believe it's not butter.
It's me, distinctively non-copyright, unspecified Sponge Man, and you're listening to the Rebel Radio Show on WSRR. Make the switch.
Let me read you some things real quick before we get into
Oh,
this next
God.
segment. Wow. I totally thought this was butter. Unbelievable. This is not butter. This is not butter. This is better. Could be butter. Tastes like butter. Soft spread. Butter, but it's not.
Oh.
Could it be butter? The big buttery one. And my personal favorite. What? Not butter?
Butter. I hardly know her.
So next time you're
they
in the
gotta do
market for
that.
butter substitutes, those are some options for you.
They got to do butter, hardly know her.
Yeah. When you're in the market for butter substitutes, I hope you keep those in mind. When you're in the market for clothing, I hope you keep genericclothes.com in mind. They skip the details and get to the point because nobody cares. They have a laugh at the big brand clothing companies' expense with shirts that say things like cult leader, local radio station, sports teams, participant, work, and more. That's genericclothes.com, a proud supporter of WSRR and local and independent music. And I'm a proud supporter of anybody that steals cat figurines from Gordon Ramsay. Just gonna come right out and say it. I know it's a hot take.
Yeah,
I know it's controversial these days.
That's
but
like,
I'm pro cat figurine theft when Gordon Ramsay's involved.
that's pretty non-PC of you, man.
Is it a devious lick?
Cancel me.
Whoa. I feel like That's So Raven like went to the past. and remembered Devious Licked.
We used to have a
Damn.
category in the subreddit for devious licks,
Mm-hmm.
and then no one stole anything.
Yeah.
We're old.
Why? Because I can't believe it's not butter?
Nobody says Devious Licks anymore.
I do daily.
But we were there.
I say it all the time.
We were at the Oedipus.
Do you not say devious lick?
I just don't think I've seen a devious lick. I don't think I've seen a lick devious enough to out loud verbatim say that was a devious lick.
If you were at Gordon Ramsay's London restaurant and I stole a cat figurine, would you consider that lick devious?
No. Only because everyone's doing it now.
It's true. It is the popular. It's no longer the hipsters that are stealing
It's not
it.
devious anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a lick.
Common licks.
That's what I'm saying. Common licks. I've been seeing too many common licks
That's what you
lately.
need to start saying.
That's a common lick.
Someone
right
steals
there.
something and you're not impressed by it. Common licks.
Come on, man. Get better. Get good, dude.
We're starting our own slang.
Yeah, common lick.
It's like the little origami bird chopstick holder at P.F. Chang's.
Are
Yeah.
they chopstick holders?
I think so, yeah.
Any utensil or like plasticware, silverware from a restaurant or anything like that you steal.
Disagree.
Bowls.
Well, no, I'm saying that's a common.
Oh,
lick.
okay, yeah, common lick.
That's a common.
That's
lick.
okay. That's okay. Everyone does it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not. You put the plate in the to-go box. Who cares?
I'm gonna say something right now.
Sure.
I got a full set of matching knives from Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh.
They may have been purchased,
Oh.
they may not have.
been. Yeah.
but here's the thing: I paid for that meal.
You did.
That steak, that 8-ounce steak,
Yeah.
is not $27.
No,
So I gotta
agree.
find the rest of that money somewhere.
It's in the knife.
It's in the knife. They're hiding it in the knife.
Yeah, they're hiding the rest of the value of your purchase
Yes.
within that knife. And
Yes.
so when they say, "Would you like a to-go box?" they mean for everything
Yeah,
on the table.
they don't specify for your food. They never say that. They never say, "Would you like?" When they say, "Would you like to take that to go?" or "Do you want a to-go box?"
Mhm.
They never say, "Do you want to take that steak to go?"
Right.
just that.
Right. Do you want to take that?
And that I'm using the space.
Right.
I get free use of everything in the space. You wouldn't tell me I'm using too much salt on my
Right.
food and take the shaker from me. So if I think I need more salt once I get home, it's coming home.
Yeah. Right. I paid. I paid on the electronic tablet thing.
Yeah.
It's coming home with me.
Yeah.
I'm taking that with me. That would be a devious lick.
That's
if I saw that,
taking the tablet payment.
that is like everything else on the table is a common lick.
Yeah.
You take the tablet, that's a devious lick right there.
I think
Extra points.
I
Yeah.
think you could really get away with that though. Go to like a Red Robin. I think it's so easy to fucking walk out with that.
I think
You think they'd notice?
I think just overall I'm going to say something. I think overall theft is like comedy. I heard someone make a quote where comedies, if you can get away with it and people can laugh at the joke still, then it's funny. That's
Yeah.
what makes someone funny, is saying something that's a little that pushes an agenda, but they got away with it and it's funny because it pushes a line, but it's still in humor, I think with thievery, it's like if you get away with it, that shit's yours. You steal a bridge, that's your fucking bridge.
That's
bro.
true. And they do it.
I'm putting that shit in my backyard. You're going across the pond now.
Spoken like a true Akron man.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I'm
stealing
saying.
the bridge. I think there's two factors at play.
Mm-hmm.
How funny is it afterwards? Like
the,
you
the
said.
lick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
how humorous is the lick?
Right, like
is it
how-
a humorous lick?
Right,
Or
right.
is it a common lick?
Right.
And
Because if it's like you go to someone's house and they have a bunch of plates and stuff
Yeah.
from restaurants, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's kind of funny, but like maybe you have a problem.
I thought you were going to say if you go to someone's house and steal their plate.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's a
That'd be good.
devious lick.
That's a devious
Stealing silverware from your friends.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Not
devious
not a
thing.
restaurant, just yeah.
You gave it to me
Stealing
to eat
the
off
rug.
of.
Yeah, you have a problem at that point.
That's called a kleptomaniac.
yeah, yeah.
And how impactful is your lick?
Mm.
Like, if I go to a mom and pop, I'm not going to steal from there.
Yeah, right.
But if I go to Applebee's,
right,
I'm taking the
I'm
tablet.
taking that
I'm
tablet.
playing these games.
They're fine. Corporate's gonna ask for another one.
Yeah.
It'll get sent in like a week.
and
They're
to,
fine.
And to bullet point number 1, that waiter's going to come over at the end of the night and go, "Where the fuck's the tablet?"
yeah, that's it.
That's hilarious.
That's it. That's all that's gonna happen from it, and it's like no one's gonna get in trouble.
yeah.
Or,
I guess we'll get another.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Gordon Ramsay complaining that 500 of his cat figurines were stolen, and I'm assuming that's a cumulative number over time. I don't think this place was littered with cat figurines.
He said he loses about 2,000 euros worth of them each week.
He makes like 2,000 euros a day.
Probably.
Yeah, he probably makes more than 2,000
Yeah.
euros a day. He's very well off.
Probably like
he's
In 20 minutes, he'll make 2,000 euros.
It's a
in the-
drop in the bucket,
Yeah.
honestly.
in the grand scheme. Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
Nobody's bringing nightmares to his kitchen by
It's
stealing
just
these
a-
figurines.
It's just a common.
There's no hell in this kitchen.
It's not devious anymore.
No.
If they're posting news articles about how people are stealing these cats all the time, and then you go and steal the cat, that's not devious anymore.
If they're still buying the cat, it's not devious.
That's what I'm saying. They're
They
in
wouldn't
on it.
replace it. Yeah.
They're in on it.
Yeah.
Like it's a free
like
gift
P.F.
at that point.
Chang's. At the bottom of the
Yeah,
origami
right,
bird,
right.
it says stolen from P.F. Chang's.
I've never been to
free
Senor
gift.
Shanks. Is it good?
Ooh.
I think so, yeah.
I had math with him one time at community college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's racist. I had Spanish with him.
I had math with him.
I don't think you did. I think you're in the wrong class.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
You're
too busy with your sex doll in college.
I stopped at season 4. I
Of
just
the sex doll.
of the sex doll. I just
It's
feel like
fifth base.
this isn't that cool anymore. Like
Stealing?
No, stealing this cat
Oh.
in particular. Like it was funny at one point, but like we just said, now that they're buying more and they like know that it's happening, they're in on the bit, and so it's like, yeah, it's cool to go and take one.
Yeah.
But
Now it's like an Easter egg. You go with your
Yeah,
friends. Has
right.
anyone stolen the cat today?
right, has anyone taken the cat? Has anyone taken a cat home?
People probably ask that, like at the front desk. Or like, hey, where's the cat?
Yeah.
Can I sit by the cat?
I would assume that they have like a cat at each table,
I
or
don't think so. I think this is like
because I think it's one of these. I think it's just one of these lucky cat, like lucky
Yeah.
waving cats. You know,
Well, yeah, because they said it was all of those because they mean luck, and people are stealing them
Well-
to be lucky or whatever.
I think that really defeats the purpose.
The name of the restaurant is Lucky Cat 22 Bishop.
Okay,
Gate.
so maybe there are a couple of them around then.
Probably. Also, I have heard in
I have one of those in the other studio.
I've heard that it is bad luck to purchase one of those for yourself.
Oh, I won one.
Yeah,
At
I
Dave
think,
and Buster's.
I think if you're like gifted or if you receive one
I
of
have
these,
heard one of that.
then the luck
Mhm.
is like activated.
there, yeah.
But if you just buy one,
You can't steal someone else's luck.
Right, you can't like you can't buy luck. That's not how it works.
Buddy,
So-
I've been playing the lottery a long time. I think I can.
So if
I
you
got the
steal
one of,
routine
it,
down.
one of these days.
So if you steal it from Gordon, does that activate the luck? 'cause
No.
you
I
didn't
think-
buy it.
I think so. I think that probably like this is the way that I can get it to like
Well,
make
hang
it lucky.
on. Now you're backtracking, Shane. Because if
Hmm.
your thought is these cats are on the table, I paid for my food.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for that cat. It's coming home with me. They're hiding the extra in that meal. You know it's expensive to eat at Gordon's restaurant.
Probably is.
That's where that money's going, right into that cat's hands.
Yeah.
So
No,
he's
you're not
coming
wrong.
home
I
with
would
me.
feel. You're right. I would feel like
Plus,
I'm spending $500 for.
Yeah.
I'm taking the fucking cat
Yeah.
home.
Plus-
I'm taking the fucking cat home.
I would assume most people aren't casually eating at Gordon's restaurant.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
like that's an
this
event.
is fine dining.
Yeah. So I'm sure they have a gift shop somewhere too.
Mm.
I would think.
Mm.
But I'm not paying money in the gift shop. If I just spent $800 for my meal, I'm gonna take something to say I was
Taking
here.
The fucking cat
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
Like I want one of the welcome rugs from Texas.
Maybe
Texas
that is
Roadhouse.
Maybe that is validating that. And
mean-
so then the lick doesn't even become devious or common. It just becomes like
commonplace.
transactional.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Translicking.
translictional. Yeah.
Let me ask you if this lick is devious or not.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely wasn't me, a friend. Stealing the hostess book that you put the credit card in.
Oops. No.
Is that not a devious lick?
I don't think that's devious enough. I think that's again they're like, fuck.
Where'd I put my book?
Yeah, because it's just a little leather book.
Stealing the hostess stand at the front of the restaurant.
That's devious.
That's a devious lick right there. One time I drove off with, you go to like a drive-in place and they have little like tables that they put
Yeah.
on your window. Drove off with one of those.
I know where it was.
The guy chased us. Yeah,
Did he get it back?
he got it back.
Really?
Yeah, we
That
like
was
rolled down
not
the
a
window. We're like,
devious lick.
sorry.
216-859-8699. Some of your devious licks. You're dumb and your opinions are dumb.
I'm not
and we spent the whole
rehashing.
fucking break talking about stealing slushies and devious licks.
I'm not rehashing the slushy argument on air. My final statement on the matter will be that stealing the slushies in any state is not a devious lick.
Even Vermont?
Even Kanzar Tuck Me, whatever you want to call it.
I'll Kanzar tuck you.
Hey.
Don't you worry, buddy. Slushy or not.
Texarkana,
I will
buddy.
devious lick you, buddy.
Don't think about. No, I don't think that slushies are devious. I don't think.
No, I don't think it's a devious lick. But it's definitely a lick. Can you acknowledge that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can acknowledge that
It's not a
lick.
workaround. It's a lick.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying. It's not a devious lick. It's just like a net
Baseline lick.
a net neutral lick.
It's
No
like
one's
an ice
losing.
cube.
Yeah, like if you were to go to the pop machine
Yeah.
and just get ice.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
bad.
free.
That's free.
The ice is free. You pay for the pop.
Tasting the slushy, that's free.
They don't advertise that.
Yeah, but if you go to 7-Eleven and they have like 16 slushy flavors and you're like, what does Retro Fusion taste like?
What fucking gas station have you been to that they
7-Eleven
advertise Retro Fusion?
7-Eleven
It's red and blue.
7-Eleven has some crazy flavors, my G.
7-Eleven is the bomb.
Yeah, they have good stuff.
You know what else is the bomb? Hellbendervinyl.com. Let me try that again.
Go ahead.
You know what else is the bomb?
What's the bomb?
Hellbendervinyl.com.
Oh.
They're one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants and one of PA's first and only custom vinyl record pressing plant. They work with local and independent artists to make sure your next album release is a bunch of more than just ones and zeros floating around online. You got me really worked up about slushies during the last break.
I'm sorry. The slushy thing. Listen, go to hellbendervinyl.com. We love them. They love us. They have really good vinyls. You'll,
Spoken like a true Nepo baby,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
listen, I have a long lineage in the radio business.
No, listen, hear me out. You brought in a story
Mm-hmm.
about Nepo babies in Hollywood.
I did.
Meanwhile, both of you are Nepo babies in your current jobs.
Hey. I will say that my family's lineage is being mobsters. So actually,
What's
jokes-
the difference? So you're proving my point.
joke's on you.
You were just talking about stealing slushies.
I'm not a
That's
mob.
mob activity.
I'm not a mobster, dude.
You work solo.
I'm a solo mobster.
There's no mob. It's just me.
No gang. I'm a one-man gang.
Why did you bring in a list? Why am I looking at a list of
So-
Sam Schwarzenegger?
So.
Patrick.
I caught the headline of this, and it kind of sparked the thought of just nepotism and nepo babies in Hollywood and in music and in all that shit, because it's everywhere. It's in every facet of media that we consume. There's nepotism,
Yeah.
And like, it's one of those things where you kind of just have to feel indifferent about it because there's so many people, but also because like, is it really their fault that they have a rich whatever if they're dead? So
If they were born into it, they're born into it.
right. So Patrick Schwarzenegger says it's frustrating. He says it's frustrating that people think he got the role in this new show or in the new season of White Lotus because of his dad Arnold Schwarzenegger. He
Is
says
it that big of a show?
I mean, it's a pretty popular show from what I
Okay.
understand. It's kind of like a American Horror Story where like every season is different and different characters and there's a different plot going on. And so
Has his son been in?
well, he says I've had 10 years of acting classes and hundreds of rejected auditions. So
Kind of sounds like he's a bad actor.
Yeah.
so
I'm
maybe,
just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Maybe he's not a good actor.
maybe he's not a good actor. Maybe this is nepotism.
Or it
But
could be his big break. We don't know.
because of nepotism.
well, and I also I
Yeah.
don't know how much he's done before this. Maybe this is his first big role.
He
but
said
like,
rejected auditions. That's
hey, I mean,
I'm just saying it's still nepotism.
yeah,
if,
it's still
if you auditioned for all the roles and didn't get in, and the reason you ended up getting in is because of your last name, it's still nepotism, regardless if you put in the work or not. Like you could have 30 years of experience and never land a good role, and then someone sees your last name and gives you the role. That's still nepotism. It doesn't mean you didn't work.
right,
Still nepotism.
right.
What are you looking at Gwyneth Paltrow for?
Because she's a nepo baby.
Who the fuck else? Who? From who?
She's the daughter of actress Blythe Danner and director Bruce Paltrow.
No, doesn't count.
See, and that's another like aspect of nepo babies that I think is interesting, where it's like a director or someone that was really famous behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and then the son or the daughter is like a big famous actor. It's like, okay, you're kind of in a different vein, like you're kind of doing something different, but clearly you still got to where you like. That to me is you clearly got here because of your name.
I think there's a lot more of that behind the scenes, honestly.
Probably,
Like especially with directors and producers.
probably.
I feel like I hear a lot of stories about like Martin Scorsese's kids and shit getting jobs on sets, and not even necessarily in front of the camera or directing, but like just having a job because they use their dad as a reference.
What's that one SNL? The three guys on SNL that do the sketch comedy. That they had the movie that we were gonna watch.
Lonely Island?
No, they're new. They did the thing with Bad Bunny as Shrek.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I don't know their names. I don't know anyone on SNL's names.
But one of them is like their dad was a writer on SNL.
Oh, really?
And that's how he got his job on SNL.
I think there's a lot of people that work at SNL that are nepo babies because of the writers.
And I would believe that. And like, okay, Nosferatu, that movie Nosferatu that just came out. Lily Rose Depp is the main actress in it, and she's Johnny Depp's kid. You know?
Can she act? I think that's what it comes down to. Is like,
I mean, if she's getting a big enough role like Nosferatu, I have to. And that movie got pretty good reviews. I would assume she can act.
so okay. Here's a bad example, but it's like wrestling. There's tons of nepo
Oh,
babies.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
whole
no.
fucking business is nepo babies
No, I mean,
now.
that's true.
But some of them, it doesn't fucking matter because, like a Randy Orton. Randy
Right.
Orton, arguably, I don't even think it's arguable. I think it's just fact that he's better than his dad and grandfather in the ring.
Yeah.
Bigger name, bigger star than
You
they
don't
ever
think
were.
of like
You don't think of Bob Orton. You
don't
think of Randy
Cow-
Orton.
Yeah, right.
Whereas someone like, and you're gonna be mad at this, where someone like a Solo Sikoa,
Mm-hmm.
I could say is a nepo baby. Solo Sikoa, okay,
No, I agree
but
with
should not have
that.
been thrust into the main event immediately.
I think the whole bloodline thing is a prime example of nepotism really coming into
Yeah.
favor
Yeah.
in wrestling. And like, don't get me wrong, a lot of them are good wrestlers and have put their time in, but it's just like, all right, I can see how people would view this as this story is going on for a long time, and clearly they're only doing it because
right.
of the of the bloodline lineage, and like they literally made it the bloodline. Like clearly that's what they're doing.
Or in either case, acting or wrestling, you look at it as how many chances you get.
Mm.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
no, we know that this was too quick, and we probably shouldn't have put you here, but we'll try again because your last name is this. So let's just
Right.
not drop the ball.
Right.
I think that happens a lot.
I think someone like Jack Quaid is a good example of nepotism working out.
I've never seen anything with Jack Quaid in it.
He's in The Boys. He's
Okay.
the main character in The Boys, which is I've only seen the first 2 seasons, I think, but I know that the newer seasons have also gotten really rave reviews. But I really liked it, and he was really good in it. It's one of those things where I didn't know that he was Randy Quaid's son.
Is it Randy or Dennis Quaid's son?
Dennis Quaid.
I think it's Dennis
yeah,
Quaid's son.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Dennis Quaid. I didn't know that it was Dennis Quaid's son until I looked it up, and so for me, I was like, oh, that. And I have also seen him in interviews acknowledge the fact that he's a nepo baby and like poke fun at
Yeah.
it himself, or like at least acknowledge that he got here because of his name. And so to me, that does take. Like, that takes a level
Sure.
off of it, of, like, at least they can acknowledge and poke fun at, so then, okay, they know.
Here's where it becomes dangerous, though. How much of it is viewer interpretation of like I like Dennis Quaid a lot.
Oh.
I do. I've never
Mhm.
seen anything with Jack Quaid in
Yeah,
it.
you have. He was in Scream.
The new ones?
Yes, one of the last ones.
Okay, then maybe I have.
He was the boyfriend.
Okay, well, obviously, it didn't pop out to me as a role.
Right.
So I guess maybe I liked him in it, maybe I didn't. I
Right,
don't
don't-
have an overall opinion one way or the other.
And I feel
But
like
I
a
don't
role-
have an issue with him being an actor getting roles. But I like Dennis Quaid, so is that bias for me?
Right. Because then you already like Dennis Quaid, so
Right.
you're like, sure, whatever.
I'll give
I
it a
don't-
chance.
I don't care if his son does it. It sounds good.
So here's a good example. You don't like Ben Stiller, do you?
Not particularly.
I do. I think Ben Stiller and he's a nepo baby.
And I love his dad.
Yeah, he's Jerry Stiller was great.
I think Jerry Stiller is arguably funnier than Ben Stiller.
I'd say that.
I think Ben Stiller just got more chances to be fun. Like,
Okay, yeah, I
Ben-
think that's a good example of that.
it seems like Ben Stiller had more opportunity to have the spotlight shine on him, and he really tried to flex his funny bone because he knew that that was the lane that his dad was in.
Sure.
And I think that it just happened to work well for him. I think he landed a couple big roles that got him, and then because something like I love Secret Life of Walter Mitty, but
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like Ben Stiller. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That feels like someone else's movie that Ben Stiller's just playing a role in. I don't like the Ben Stiller style of comedy, and I think that is a nepo thing.
See, here's, and I think the total opposite. But here's what I was going to say, and especially in regards to Walter Mitty.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ben Stiller. I think he's a good actor. I think you're right that he has probably gotten more chances than he should have as an actor
Mm-hmm.
because of his last name.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something like a Walter Mitty, which I like,
Mm-hmm.
I think something like that, or like there's a movie that came out a few years ago called The Heartbreak Kid on Netflix.
Mhm.
That was his movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think things like that are examples of Nepo Baby, of he probably shouldn't be the leading role in his
Mm.
own movie,
Mm.
where it's like super. I like him as an actor. I think he's a good actor.
Right.
I think there are probably other actors that could have done that role equally as well.
I see what you're saying.
But I think because
Right.
it's Ben Stiller, he probably could have asked for that role and they could have gave it to him.
Right. And it's something where like I don't even want to knock. I don't want to sound like I'm knocking someone like Ben Stiller too hard because
You hate him. You have a dartboard in your room with a picture of Ben Stiller on it.
I don't think he's particularly funny, but like Secret Life of Walter Mitty was really good, and I've also heard really good things about the Severance show, the Apple TV Severance show, which he plays like a big role on apparently.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm willing to give him a chance in roles where he clearly didn't have a large part in the script and his role, and like he just got the role. You know what I mean?
I think it's interesting that nepotism is such a thing in like film,
Mm-hmm.
but not so much in music. Because hear me out. Because someone will be a bad actor and they'll get a role from Paris Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
Paris Hilton's not an actor, but she's got a shit ton of roles because of who her dad is and her granddad is. She got a shit ton of roles. Not a good actor to this day, still getting roles. But you look at someone's kid in music who's not necessarily a good musician, and they might have a career, but no one's going to be raving about them just because they're someone's kid.
Right.
They're not going to be as successful because they don't have the raw talent.
Someone, Nancy Sinatra. Is that really a valid argument, though? I feel like Nancy Sinatra's a good...
Yeah, she's a good singer.
She's a good singer.
I could see someone making the argument if she got the opportunities because of it, but like, I don't think Nancy Sinatra's also a huge name nowadays where Frank Sinatra still is.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
I was thinking like Robert Downey Jr. Like, that's a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
And like, arguably, he probably wouldn't have got the second chance to be Iron Man, to turn his life around, had he not had a family to vouch for him. And I'm glad they did. I have
Maybe,
nothing wrong with
maybe.
Robert Downey Jr. I'm just saying that's, to me, was the example that I thought of him and Charlie Sheen, but Charlie Sheen took the opposite route and didn't go by Estevez.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing that, like, it's one of those things where it's good on you, where, like, there's Francis Ford Coppola and there's Nick Cage. Nick Cage clearly went, and because when you... I don't know how the process works, but it's something where you go to, like, apply to be an actor in the Actors Guild or whatever, and you have to put your name down, and that's
Yeah.
where people get stage names from. And, like, the more recent example that I can think of is... Emma Stone's actual name is Emily Stone, and
Yes,
so
that's what I was trying to think of. She couldn't use it because someone else is obviously
but
Emily.
like just recently it became free, so she could apply to be Emily Stone, and so people started calling her Emily Stone.
Yeah.
And like, if you are very clearly a Nepo baby, if my father is a big Hollywood actor and I want to be an actor, I want to
Yeah.
give it a shot, and I go to the actor, I have an agent already because my dad hooks me up or whatever, and I go there and I have to put my name down, I don't think it's in my best interest. Like, I think financially it could be in your best interest to put that down, and you probably will get more roles, literally like
Right.
nepotism. But I think it's more strategic of you if you don't want, like if you actually want to give it a shot, to put down a stage name.
Right.
Yeah.
Put down something different. Nick Cage did that, and it worked out for him.
Yeah.
He's a huge actor, big famous name.
And I'd argue more famous.
Big
Argue-
meme.
argue more famous, and like people only know that connection if someone who looked into it, or you
Right.
know, it's like a if you know you know sort of thing. And so like that is where I think nepotism can be like, well, maybe it's not that big of a deal, you know? Or like in the Jack Quaid example where he acknowledges it and makes fun of it.
Yeah.
Like that's good too.
I mean, both of his parents are famous, Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid.
Right.
Is that
Right.
who
Mhm.
Dennis Quaid's married to?
Yeah, well, that's Jack's parents. I don't know.
Why
if they're
don't I
still
know who
married.
Meg Ryan is? Like, I know the
Ooh.
name.
Meg Ryan was in like Sleepless in Seattle. She was in what's the one? where they meet a million times.
50 First Dates?
No,
'Cause I don't remember her in that.
whatever. Willow Smith is a good example of a nepo baby. She's popular.
But the whole.
I was gonna say
The
all
whole
of them,
family,
yeah.
The whole Smith family.
The one
is
who
very
just wore a
popular.
fucking house as a hat.
Yeah.
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 I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who Mabel is either. Mabel's a wrestler from the 90s, if you ask me.
Ben Platt is. He does
I don't think this article is helping. You have a list of Nepo babies? I haven't known a single fucking one of them.
That's Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen is Ben Platt.
You think I watched Dear Evan Hansen?
Taylor Swift is a nepo baby.
Her dad does music stuff.
He's a producer, isn't he?
Yeah, I
Isn't he
think
like a
so.
major label producer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I don't know.
I don't know who any of these Nepo babies are. That's the thing. I feel like we've seen, there's definitely more famous people's kids,
Miley
but
Cyrus.
I feel like we've seen less Nepo babies.
Miley Cyrus is one where, like, I feel like that's almost an outlier because
Yeah, I'm
she
not
got
gonna
a
do it.
Disney show.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Yeah.
She got the Disney show because of nepotism. I'll say that.
Yeah,
The rest of her career, I don't think you can put on Nepo baby.
she's a good singer.
She definitely
she kinda
has
picked
become
it
more
up
famous
for
than Billy
herself.
Ray Cyrus.
Well, and she also did work her ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She worked her ass off when she was young, and then like
Guys, hot take, I like Miley Cyrus.
I
me
love
too.
Miley Cyrus.
She's really like a modern
like,
day Dolly
the-
Parton.
I think
The rock
personality,
stuff
she's
she's
kind of
doing?
fucking cringe.
I don't even know. I think that her personality has gotten a lot better.
It
I
has.
think-
No, it has.
I think like the in the club with my J's on when she was like rapping and stuff.
Sure.
I think that was really cringy.
Yeah.
What
but-
everybody thinks
Wrecking
of Miley
Ball?
Cyrus as
yeah,
now.
like
yeah.
Wrecking Ball. Because that's
Cringy.
not what she is now. She's very much like
Yeah,
a
she's
She's back to normal.
a boho chic Dolly
Yeah.
Parton just singing acoustic music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, and I can jive with that. That's cool.
Yeah, no.
She's got a raspy voice
Zoe
now.
Kravitz.
Yeah. Zoe Kravitz is a good one.
What does she do? I've never heard anything from Zoe Kravitz. I obviously
Zoe
know who Lenny
Kravitz-
Kravitz is.
Zoe Kravitz is an actress.
She's an actress.
She
yeah.
was in the Batman with
She's-
Robert Pattinson.
I didn't see that. I didn't
First
see
of all,
Robert Pattinson.
You're missing a good movie, dude.
I've heard.
It's good.
She's been in a lot of movies, actually.
Yeah, she's a very famous actress. Yeah, Lenny Kravitz, Zoe Kravitz. Yeah. I just think it's interesting that nepotism is so everywhere, and it's one of those things where you can't, like, depending on the person, you can feel very starkly different about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can be like, oh, fuck this guy, he's a nepo baby. Or you can be like, ah, well,
I
he's
like his dad.
you can feel like that. I guess there's three. Or you can feel like he's genuinely a good, or they're genuinely a good actor or musician or whatever. So that outshines the fact that they're Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter.
At
or
least
something
to
like
me.
that, you know.
I
That's
think
fair.
it's very different opinions based on industry.
Mm.
Like, I don't think I've heard anyone be genuinely upset about actors getting nepotism roles. Like, I don't think I've ever heard an argument of like, oh, what's James Franco's brother's name? Eric or something?
I will say,
David.
Dave Franco. I don't
Dave,
think I've anyone
yeah.
ever heard like, oh, fuck Dave Franco. He got famous because he looks like his brother. I don't think I've ever heard that argument. However, I've heard that in sports. I've heard it in NASCAR. Like, oh shit, fucking Chase Elliott shouldn't be driving just because his dad was a Hall of Fame NASCAR driver. Chase Elliott shouldn't get a spot in the Top Cup Series because his dad was. That's nepotism. I hear it in music that people shouldn't get spots just because their dad was famous.
ooh, a really good example that I'm thinking of now, just in
Sure, no, go ahead.
different. Bronny James getting signed to
Sure, yeah.
getting signed to the Lakers because
Yeah.
his dad is LeBron and also plays and like probably wanted that to happen, so made the back ends work out so that Bronny James could go to college for 1 year
Yeah.
and then get signed to the Lakers, even though maybe he's only just okay. Like,
Right. I think sports is probably the biggest.
Braun Breaker.
Yeah,
Braun Breaker's good.
he's better
Yeah,
than,
he's
but he's
great.
better than his dad already.
I think it's one of those.
He's had better success than Rick Steiner had.
I think it's one of those things where it really depends on how like believable they are in their own gimmick, whether that be or their own acting or their own talent. Like someone like Jaden or Willow Smith, they have a big name attached to them.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they bank on it, and that's why it's okay, and that's why, like, yeah, Jaden Smith does weird shit, but like,
But okay, here.
it's not like I don't.
Would you know anything about Jaden Smith if he wasn't Will Smith's kid, though? If he was just some dude doing weird shit.
I think he makes good music. I think that
He was an actor.
I think, yeah, I don't, like, it's one of those things where I don't think that he wanted to be an actor and his dad wanted him to be, so any movie that we saw him in was maybe a Nepo thing. I think he wanted to do music.
He was
and
a child actor too, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
Karate Kid.
his music is okay enough that like he can hold the weight of his own fan base without needing his dad's support or anything like that, you know. And same with Willow Smith. Willow Smith had that Transparent Soul song
yeah,
that was
she's
really
got
popular, and like she's
Bunch
had
of music.
right. She's had stuff where she clearly doesn't need the weight of Will Smith. Like it helps 100%, and this is a really big example. But like I think they still work on their own. They still shine in different ways that their dad doesn't. You know.
Mhm.
I know we're coming close to the end here, but I got a good example I just thought of in terms of music too, with nepotism that shows both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Way Jennings is the grandson of Waylon Jennings, son of Shooter Jennings. 3 generations of musicians.
Mhm.
Waylon Jennings, super famous country music legend.
Mhm.
Way Jennings looks and sounds exactly like Waylon Jennings, his grandfather.
Mm.
Great artist, makes his own music, goes by Way Jennings, but has not blown up into the mainstream. Like no one is,
Sure.
just making circles around Way Jennings. Did a release not that long ago as a special with the grandson of Johnny Cash, who again, I don't even think he does music primarily. They just did
Right,
something together.
Right.
And that video exists because obviously it's the grandson of Waylon Jennings and the grandson of Johnny Cash.
Right.
Way Jennings is a musician who makes music, and you can tell. Johnny Cash's grandson is not a musician and does not sing, and you can tell. But it got the big it factor because, that's Johnny Cash's
Right,
son. He should
right.
sing Johnny Cash.
Right.
He shouldn't because he
Right.
doesn't sound like him.
Right. Right. Dominic Mysterio should not hit the 619.
Dominic Mysterio
Agreed.
should be world champion, though.
I mean,
More
no,
champions than his dad.
I think
But-
he's a great. I love Dom
But
Hall of
Eddie's his
Fame.
real father.
That's true.
because
That's
also,
true.
yeah, Eddie's his real father.
He has
That's
2
also
nepotisms working in his
true.
favor.
Double nepotism.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Dom is another example.
Dom has
though.
more nepotism
Yeah.
than Quaid has. Jack Quaid.
He's
I-
been in the WWE 20 years.
I think that Dom is kind of a really shining example of that. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's necessarily
Yeah.
a great worker.
I don't know.
He's great on the mic.
No,
and like
I
his,
agree.
His
Yeah.
his character is over,
I love Dominic Mysterio.
but he just in ring.
Especially his start. His first 2 years
He
as
gets
smiley good guy Rey Mysterio's son, he would not have ever made it through the indie system.
yeah, he gets bullied.
He would not have made it to the character that we like.
Yeah.
He can take
Ever.
a bump, though.
Well, and I think that's the role that he plays now. But he just doesn't look strong. You know, at least Rey Mysterio didn't do that well in his tenure, but at least they made him look strong.
Right.
Yeah.
They gave him his time to shine. He was clearly a cool luchador. Dom is just the snarky son of Rey, and that's all they're booking him as, and that shows in the ring. And I think that if he was better in ring, they'd book him differently. He'd leave Judgment Day. He'd fight Finn. Whatever. My hot wrestling take to end out the show.
That's your hot wrestling take?
Yeah.
I got a hot take for you.
All right.
I don't think people are taking the full advantage of the opportunities they have when it comes to mixing, recording, mastering, and producing their music if they're not going to synergymusicstudio.com. They're a proud supporter of WSRR Radio and the local independent music scene. Even if you're not in Chicago, Synergy will work with you to get your tracks ready for radio, albums, or single releases. Once again, synergymusicstudio.com for your next release, and hellbendervinyl.com to make that release something special, more than a bunch of just ones and zeros floating around online. Hellbender Vinyl is one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants, and they work with independent artists to make that release exactly to their liking. They're hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com. And speaking of taking down some of these big brands, let's take down big brand clothing while we're at it with genericclothes.com. They have a laugh at the big brand's expense because nobody cares about the details. Get to the point with genericclothes.com. All of those are available as sublinks on WSRRradio.com, of course, our homepage for showtime schedules and more on WSRR Radio, like the Rebel Radio Show every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. There's Shaney's Off Air.
Well, yeah, you.
There's The Pigeonhole. There's True Vault Escapades. That's the Fallout-based radio drama that happens every night at 10 p.m. Eastern during the week, as well as our drive time in the morning drive with artist interviews, The Grab Bag, and Behind Enemy Lines, your Cleveland sports Sports Show with Lucas and Dom. Again, showtime schedules and more at WSRRradio.com. You can also get the link to our Discord server there where you can chat with us 24/7, 365 about a whole bunch of different stuff, wrestling or Marvel or conspiracies or devious licks. Again, stylesrebelradio.com or WSRRradio.com is your one-stop shop for all of that. 216-859-8699, that number to text in for today's show or any of our programming on WSR. And until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Style. To my right, Shani.
Bye, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.